I guarantee this will be the best and only tutorial you will need to know how to use eye ointment correctly. And stay towards the end of the video for Dr. EyeGuy's golden nuggets of wisdom to know how to use eye ointment at a master level. Let's focus in. Hey, howdy everybody, this is Dr. Neal Guymon, Dr. EyeGuy, bringing you the tricks, tips, and tools on keeping your eyes the healthiest and your vision the clearest. Remember to subscribe for future EyeGuy videos. Now, let's focus on how to use that eye ointment correctly. Now, there are a lot of purposes for eye ointment. A lot of medications come in eye ointment form. Also, a lot of ointment is used for dry eyes. Either way, the ointment can be tricky sometimes to get in your eye correctly, but I'm going to take you through step by step. Step number one is washing your hands really well. You will be touching in and around your eyes. You do not want to deal with an eye infection. Step number two is you always want to check for an expiration date on the tube or the box. The effectiveness of the preservatives that are in the ointment do have a shelf life and will expire. Step number three is to remove the cap to the ointment tube. Now make sure when you remove the cap, you actually want to place the cap on something clean. I usually get a piece of tissue and then you can just put the cap right on there. You don't want to be putting it in some kind of goober or something. Step number four, you actually want to examine the applicator tip pretty carefully. If you see any brown goobers or crusting on there, you definitely want to chuck that out because it's probably contaminated. Now there's actually a couple good ways to put in the ointment into your eyelid. One is to use the applicator tip and the tube itself to put it in the eyelid, or there's one where you can actually put the ointment right on the tip of your fingertips and use your fingertip to put the ointment in. Now if you're going to be using your fingertips to put the ointment in, what they say is you're going to want to use your dominant hand and you're going to place about 1/4 of an inch of a ribbon or a 1/4 inch strip of that ointment right on your fingertip. Step number five, this is where we get ready to put the ointment in. Now you want to be able to create a nice surface or pocket in your eye or eyelid for that ointment to go in. The best way to do this is to use your fingertips or your fist, whichever way is more comfortable with you. I actually prefer fingertips, and actually pull the lower eyelid down to create a little pocket with the bottom eyelid. That is where the ointment is going to go. Step number six, you're actually ready to put the ointment in your eye. If you're using the tube directly, be careful not to touch the tip of the applicator to any part of your eye, eyelid, or eyelashes. You may end up contaminating it. Now that you have your area ready, you're ready to put the ointment in. Now with the tube, you're going to lower that tube right over the bottom of your eyelid and squirt out 1/4 of an inch of a ribbon or a 1/4 inch strip right to the bottom eyelid. Now it can be tricky to actually get the ointment off the tip of the applicator. If you try and twist it a little bit, sometimes it comes off a little bit easier. If you're going to use your fingertip for the ointment, now that you have the ointment on your fingertip, you've created that area with your lower eyelid. Just use your fingertip to rub or smooth out that ointment right on the inside of the eyelid, and then you can let go of your lower eyelid. As you can see, the stuff is pretty goopy. It goops up your vision pretty good. I actually prefer the fingertip method. I feel like I can control the amount of ointment that I get in there. It's actually easier to get off my finger rather than actually using the applicator tip. A little tricky sometimes when I put it in my eye. The ointment will come stringing off with the applicator tip and fall down on my cheek or something like that. So I actually prefer putting on your finger first and then into your eye. Way easier for me, but either way works. Step number 7, when you actually get the ointment in your eye, try and keep your eye closed for about 30 seconds to a minute. This will allow the ointment to dissolve a little bit, and then you can blink to spread the ointment through your eye. Step number 8, now that you have the ointment in your eye, you can recap the tube and store it how it needs to be stored. Okay, now that you've stuck towards the end of the video, you're ready for Dr. EyeGuy's golden nuggets of wisdom. This will bring your ointment use to masterclass level. Golden nugget number 1, if you're using an ointment and a drop, make sure you use the drop first and wait about 5 to 10 minutes and then use the ointment. If you use the ointment first, that ointment will block any drop that gets on your eye and that drop will become useless. Golden nugget number 2, if you're actually using 2 different ointments, use the first ointment and then wait 30 minutes to use the second ointment. This will give it time to dissolve and absorb onto the eye, and then you can use the second ointment. Golden nugget number 3, if you actually touch the tip of the applicator anywhere on the surface of your eye, eyelid, or eyelashes, you want to make sure that you clean the tip of that applicator. You can use an alcohol wipe and make sure it's clean for the next time you use it. Golden nugget number 4. Now, like I said before, this stuff can make your vision blurry. Don't put in the ointment and then go driving right after that. You will have a scary and a rough time. Golden nugget number 5, don't wear your contact lenses when you put the ointment in there. The ointment can gook up the contact. Also, the preservatives in the ointment can damage the contact lenses. Now remember to comment and like if you're getting value out of this master class eye ointment tutorial. And remember to be safe. Always follow your eye doctor instructions on how you need to use this eye ointment. Hey, and if you have any questions for me, leave them down in the comments. I'm here to help. Hey, and be sure to check out my other videos. I have tutorials on how to use eye drops correctly, also how to put eye drops in kids' eyes. Again, I'm Dr. EyeGuy, committed to looking out for you and your eyes. Stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video.